Καλησπέρα σε όλους. Είμαι η Δανάη Μακρύ, Διευθύντρια Στρατηγικής και Περιεχομένου της Design Ambassador και του Archisearch.gr. Και let us welcome Caroline Boss, co-founder and principal urban planner at UNStudio. Her work connects mobility, public space, and sustainability at city scale. Recent reference points include Expo City Dubai, where Expo 2020 grounds have been transformed into a low-carbon mixed-use district. Austin Light Rail, where her team leads the system-wide architecture and urban design, the first phase of the Doha Metro spanning 3 lines and 37 stations, and the Brainport Smart District in Helmond, a circular data-enabled neighborhood. And of course, Nanopoulou, urban designer and managing partner at TPA. The practice places landscape and heritage at the heart of planning. Reference projects include the Masterplan for the regeneration of ancient Corinth, which won the European Architectural Heritage Award in urban planning this year, the completion and modernization of the Athens Conservatory, which hosts us here today, cultural hydrant in Halandri, reactivating Hadrian's Aqueduct as green-blue urban infrastructure, and Faliro Bay Park, also known as Aenon. So, Caroline, in simple terms, what is a master plan today and why should our audience care?
Yeah, I think that's such an important, a crucial question, especially, I would say, here today. Now, here are so many opportunities happening. And the question, of course, is, can master planning help us to now make the most of these opportunities, create the best results for most people? So it's a super important question, and I think a master plan has, in the time that I have been practicing anyway for over 35 years, changed immensely. It is very often it's a process to bring different agents together, to get the most out of each other. My colleague Marianti in her panel yesterday called it's leadership, really. It is about trying to guide everyone to the same result. And often also it is simply a set of prior agreed deliverables that have been formulated already according to KPIs. In our recent almost finished master plan for the legacy plan for Expo City Dubai, for sustainability alone, there were 200 KPIs that our master plan responded to in what ultimately was a 900-page document, and of which the end result is certification, building permits, etc. So that is what a master plan is in very actionable, smart terms. At the same time, I think maybe more important, it's also an opportunity to add value to a location. The master planner lets us goes deep into what is the history of the location, and thereby also can help give identity and character to a location beyond what a set of individual buildings can do.
So master plan is leadership and agreed deliverables according to KPIs that let us go deeper in the history and also into identity rather than a single building. Evie, what turns a master plan from a singular object into a living framework?
Yes, I agree completely with Caroline. A master plan is not an isolated design process, and this has to be very clear. We need to work closely with all factors in dialogue with the city, taking from the city and giving back to the city, and creating a framework that gives an added value to the city. And to do this, there is a need for a very strong vision. And this strong vision makes the big change. And this vision needs a holistic approach and a very coherent concept. Once you have this coherent concept and a great vision, then you have the necessary, the fundamentals to go ahead and open the discussion with the community and with the government, the stakeholders, which is very, very important. This is the Aenon Park. The Aenon Park, Metropolitan Park in Faliron Bay, is a huge regeneration project which will affect the whole city from Paris actually to the marina of Faliron. And it's a park of 554 hectares that will be the catalyst for the regeneration of the whole waterfront. Faliron is its innovation is structural because it is a project that has shown resiliency in all aspects, design aspects, being able to incorporate and be enriched by the new European Bauhaus principle, but resilient as well in the level of incorporating new design principles and creating an environmental environment that is restoring a millennium relationship, a very strong continuity in space and time.
So Aenon is a resilient example of a master plan with a continuity in space and time, not an isolated design process, but a framework of added value with a strategic vision, a coherent concept, open to discussion with all stakeholders. Ivy, where have sophisticated data allowed you to quantify the qualitative experience?
Yes, let's say that based on the master plan of the Faliron and the experience of the Faliron project, we had the opportunity to work on an idea and developed an idea to participate in a European program, GRID. It's called GRID, where advanced digital technologies are introduced and green infrastructure, which will allow these technologies, and this program will be developed in the zones of municipalities of Moscato and Calisea, just as an extension of the Faliron project, regeneration project, which means that there is a continuity in approach, introducing new technologies, which finally will end at a model which will help the future local regeneration plan which is under procedure now, and could help mitigate heat problems of the society and improve quality of life.
So it's a combination of technologies and green infrastructure that at the same time solve problems like the need for heat mitigation and other things that make everyday life better. Caroline, which tools or data sets can lead to clear spatial decisions?
Yeah. Thank you. You're summarizing it so well. I think you can take an exam on us afterwards. But I think we are in an almost paradoxical situation that we are very invested in modern technology at UNS, always have been. But it helps us to become more human-centric, paradoxically. So we get to understand our user better and better. We have we trace how people move through public space and then measure, have neurologists measure what's happening, track their eye movements, etc. So we really try and learn much more about our users. And then, of course, each situation is different. When we were talking, you mentioned our project in Austin, Texas for a light railway system is very, very complex, diverse group of people. Safety is a big issue. People don't want to use public transport there because it's not felt safe. So our one of the biggest hurdles there is to enhance the sense of safety. And that's what your master plan and your design should focus on. Then, if we are, which we have been doing also, is a public metro system in Qatar, it's a completely different situation. There, people are all so rich and spoiled with all their cars that there's no, why would they even want to go into a public transport system? So you have a completely different challenge. And then starting out on this with our practice very early on, maybe nearly 30, 25 years ago, on a transport hub in the Netherlands, what we wanted to overcome in a way was the discrepancy between the different types of users on the site. It's almost a democratization of public transport in the sense that taxi, train passengers, but also bus passengers who are used to far less good quality facilities are now in one hub under one roof, and they can see their bus arriving on a terminal screen as if they are in an airport. And so you use the technology to get more and more into the specifics of understanding what is happening on that site.
So advanced data collection help us become human-centric in the various contexts of understanding a lot of diverse people in areas that orchestrate different uses. But since having the combination of the two of you on stage is something extremely rare, I think that this is the best time to address some questions to each other.
Well, Caroline, you have a huge experience, an international experience as a firm, but a personal experience as well. We are very happy you have accepted our invitation, and we are honored you are here with us. So please tell us how you introduce yourself or your company in the broader stage, in the international stage, as a company that has international character, but still tries to find ways to be in contact with the local culture and bring something new, but still connection with the local culture. I think this is something very challenging, and we would like to learn more from your experience.
Oh, thank you, Evie, and thank you for inviting me. And the honor and the pleasure is all mine. It's such a pleasure to be back here. And this is, again, a very, very important question. And I also sense, from having been here these past 2 days, it's also a big issue here. You have an exceptional culture, of course. So to question how can a foreign architect, an international architect, even begin to understand what Greece is all about is very understandable. I can have answered in multiple ways. I mean, we work together, of course. We have, you will have met many of my colleagues here who are all Greek. So those are
big
two
advantage.
those are important ways. But it is also, deep down, it is really about believing in cultural exchange and believing in every one of us contributing and learning from each other. So I do feel, although I can understand that not everyone wants to welcome everyone to to their place, and that we, in all modesty and learning from each other, and also knowing that I am never going to be the local expert here, there is still a role for a practice-led UNS that brings all that international experience, because we are also all part of this changing world. So that's one aspect that we all have to deal with as well. So those of us who are experiencing that on a daily basis can also, like other far-flung travelers and nomads from the past, can bring these experiences here. So
let me tell you that we are not looking at you as competitor. We are looking at firms like yours like an opportunity to open ourselves to a new world, to give you as information as it is needed to better understand our case and to contribute as with your best ways in the local project. So from our side, it is as well an opening to a new world, understanding a foreign international company and taking a lot as much as possible from this collaboration. And I believe that we should put emphasis on this because it helps both sides.
Yeah, well, agreed. Thank you.
And it is not on a professional level. It is mainly on a personal level, which add to ourselves and I'm sure to your team as well.
Yeah, and that's why we're going to continue this discussion, aren't we? We've already agreed that we are going to work together on something.
Yes, and we have already decided to put our efforts on a cultural issue that relates what we believe that it is very important in our country, continuity in space and time.
So may I also ask you a question, Evie?
Yes.
So I've been listening to some of the discussions yesterday, today, and I know you're already working in ellipses. And do you foresee robot cars there driving?
Not at all. I don't care about robot cars. This is not the emphasis in our approach. I think that what is important is what Marianthi said yesterday from UNStudio, that what is important is keep our identity, enduring cultural identity, enhancing experience, both for the local society and for the visitors, leveraging culture as the catalyst to develop a new way of resilience in the city, because the resilience is not only environmental resilience, but it's also social resilience and urban resilience. Saying that, I would like to mention a few words about our project in Corinthos. Just before that, let me tell you that we are working now, there's a project which is under development concerning the Conservatoire garden, which is the space around the building itself. And what we see around this building is the continuity of the city, the connection, the connectivity of the building with the adjacent neighborhoods, with the adjacent Lyceum, Lyceum, the Aristotle of the Aristotle Lyceum, and as well the connectivity with the Byzantine Museum. So here will be a node, a very important node, reconnecting the cultural parts, bits and pieces of the city. The Corinthos project is a fantastic project that is built on the connectivity of the historical periods of the city and of the new existing city. The existing city is not functioning as an enclosed entity, but it opens itself in the archaeological park, and it takes from it its legacy. So I wish that this same approach may be continued in other parts of our country.
So a good master plan starts with a vision. It is strategic, relevant, with measurable results, and cultural value adds resilience. Some of the best local and global examples were presented here today at Protexpo 2025, and we also learned some things about a new synergy. Thank you very much, ladies. Thank you.